This is a practice session for the idea or the lesson on doing a study. And so I've set up here a couple of oranges, the jar of sugar in the top with a nice overlay, a nice background. So there's a deep dark black. The camera doesn't quite show it. It kind of fills in the shadows a bit, at least on the fruit, and you can see things in the background that you really can't see with the naked eye. But anyway, what we have to do is first make a sketch, and so with the study here, we're making a small sketch. This is like a 5x7 canvas board. Just getting the proportions right, trying to start with long lines, the boundaries of things, the two oranges as a shape together and then divided afterwards. And once we have that drawing, it's time to mix the colors. So here on the palette I have the titanium white, the yellow that came with my set, the red that came with my set, the Meaden stuff, and then also this is yellow ochre, which is the Gamblin version, I think, or maybe Winsor Newton. And then the blue, I think that's the one that came with my set also, and black, which is the ivory black from Gamblin. And so starting out, I mixed the colors or the tones really for the sugar jar, and it really surprised me. When I look at it, it's white, but it surprised me at just how off-white, almost gray, and how much darker it kept getting as I mixed it. And then to get the shadow color, I got really close to black on that, and it's kind of an illusion. When you look at it, it's white, so you really have to recalibrate what your mind thinks something is versus what your eye sees. It's like continually surprising, very fun. And next we move on to the top of the sugar jar, and there it's got a few shades of brown. So this is the sort of medium tone. This is another part of it's not a one color. If you look at it, it's got oops, this is gonna be hard to show, but it has this part in the upper right which doesn't really show in the camera at all. So this is the interesting thing about painting, is that you're seeing stuff with the eye and reproducing it in a way that just the camera does not do. So I'm gaining a new appreciation for painting in this. In any case, I have three tones. This is sort of for the upper right of the lid, the upper left of the lid, and then for the darkest color on the lid. And then finally we have the oranges, and I really just wanted to get two tones on this. So the main sort of average tone of the lighted part, and then the shadow part, which was again really quite dark. But that's just how it goes. And then as far as the backgrounds go, it's basically something that's almost black, just a little bit of red mixed in, and then something that just has a touch of white in it. The white is too powerful, is what you're seeing there. So that's what we got going on. Next I'm gonna paint this in, sketch it in, and apply these colors to see if they really work. I'll be mixing it with a brush, and I guess I'll just show the result afterwards. All done for the morning. I show you the final study as it is. I feel like it's got a good light effect on the oranges. The sugar jar was a bit on the bright side, so I toned that down. And then all the background colors are very similar, but they're not supposed to steal much of the show anyway. I feel like when I do this in a larger form, the aspect ratio can be a bit wider because it feels a little cloistered on the sides. Oh, one more thing. Try to use as many different brushes as I could. I got a new brush here this week, and it worked just fine. Like the other ones, I'm not really at a point of obsessing about those, but just want to have multiple brushes so I don't have to reuse brushes, and I can see how they sort of take on the character of like a crayon that you're using, that you go back to, you want to find again. So I'll be happy to get kind of organized about that later in the future. All right, that's it for this morning.